Hi everyone, so today I'm here with my review of Angelfall by Susan E. So this is set 6 weeks after the Angels of the Apocalypse descended and basically destroyed the modern world. Penryn, her sister and her mother are hiding out and waiting for their perfect chance to escape. And on the night that Penryn and her family try to escape, they come across an angel fight. Penryn tries to save the angel that is being basically tortured, and it results in the angels taking her sister. Penryn must make a deal with Raffi, the wingless angel, so that she can try and get her sister back at any cost. Penryn and Raffi must travel to San Francisco, which is where the angels basically sort of live, and both of these characters will do anything to get back what they've lost. So I've been eyeing this book for quite some time now, seeing a lot of positive reviews, and I eventually decided to make the plunge and just buy it and read it because I couldn't hold off any longer. I'd seen too many good reviews and too many people were saying that I should definitely read this book, so I did, and I'm kicking myself for not reading it earlier because it was so good. Seriously, this book deserves all the hype that is surrounding it. It was breathtaking and I just couldn't put it down because I had to know what was going to happen in this book. From that very first chapter, I was hooked. I wanted to know why the angels had basically destroyed the world and why it seemed like Penryn was the one in charge of her family even though she's only 17 years old. Now, I did get my answer to my second question, but the first question I didn't get the very concrete answer. There didn't seem to be a concrete answer, so I think there's sort of a revolution going on maybe, and we'll find out more about it in the rest of the series. Penryn was an incredible protagonist. Her main focus throughout the whole book was getting her sister back. She was determined to do everything and anything she could to get her sister back, even teaming up with an angel. I really admired that Penryn wasn't put off her goal of getting her sister back. I really admired that nothing stopped her from doing it. No matter how dangerous and how terrifying things got, she never let herself lose focus of her goal. She was a very strong character, emotionally and physically. She has to keep herself together because she's the only one who can look after her family. She's had to grow up very, very quickly because her sister is disabled and her mother has mental problems that prevent her from being a good guardian. So Penryn has basically got all that responsibility on her shoulders. She also had to learn to fight to deal with her mother's non-sane moments. And yes, I really liked that Penryn was able to deal with all of that and how strong she seemed to be able to put up with her mother's insane moments because they were pretty insane. Raffi was also a brilliant character. I really loved him. At first I wasn't sure whether to trust him or not because, you know, he was an angel and they did destroy the world, so I was kind of like, should I like him, should I not? But Raffi proved himself a lot throughout this book, that he was a genuinely nice character and I really adored him. He's very snarky, and underneath that hard shell that he puts on, he's actually very sweet. There were times I did want to punch him in the face because of some things that he said and the way they were implied, but there weren't very many of those moments. But yeah, overall I really loved Raffi. So like I said, the main focus of this book was getting to San Francisco to get Penryn's sister Paige back. So on their journey to San Francisco, Raffi and Penryn came across quite a lot. They came across a rebel group that were planning to fight the angels, who basically kidnapped them. Yeah, and they also came across some demon type monsters who were eating people. So yeah, that was pretty gruesome to read about. I was genuinely afraid for Penryn and Raffi when those things were on the loose. I didn't want anything to happen to them or anything to prevent them from getting to San Francisco and rescuing Penryn's sister. Raffi and Penryn had some seriously hilarious banter. Throughout the book they grew really close and I really loved seeing them talking together, and just seeing them together made me so happy. But Raffi always made sure it didn't go any further than friendly banter because it's forbidden for an angel to be with a daughter of man. So that was pretty disappointing. But Raffi always knew how to cheer Penryn up when she was in a bad mood, and he was always there looking out for her. The last few chapters were jaw-dropping. There were so many twists and turns and surprises that I didn't expect and didn't see coming. The Paige thing almost had me in tears. I just couldn't believe that after everything that they'd went through that they discovered that. and I felt so bad for Penryn, and I just couldn't get my head around what happened. I didn't want to believe it. It was a good twist, but it was horrible. The twist with Raffi was completely unexpected as well. I felt so bad for him having to go through something that horrible after everything he'd went through already in the book. It just seemed like a cruel twist, and I felt so bad for him. And then there was what happened to Penryn. That part almost killed me. Penryn kind of did it to herself by smashing all those glass cases, which led to the thing that happened to her being able to happen. But still, seeing Raffi the way he was broke my heart, and I felt so bad for him. I felt even worse for him actually by the end. The very end of the book was happy and sad. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with these characters in the next book, especially what's going to happen with Penryn, and I really want to see how Raffi is going to deal with this situation. Overall, I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. It was just such a fantastic book. There were so many twists, turns and surprises that I didn't expect that I ended up completely adoring this book. If you haven't read this book, I definitely recommend picking up. It's just such an amazing book, and I think it will definitely be on my favourites list for 2013. So that was my review for Angelfall by Susan E. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Bye everyone.